All right, it's another episode of Political Cadence. We're back with the usual
Hi.
suspects, Aaron and Will.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot
And
has
Lisa and
happened.
Phil.
Yep,
Yep.
yeah, that's true.
Oh, cool. It
Notice that.
rhymes.
But it's been 2 weeks since we met, as is our custom. We had just done the No Kings rally that day, and we had some footage that we tried to play on here, which was a fail. But it wasn't a fail in social media. Those videos actually got 2,000 or more views and up to 100 likes each. So they did pretty well, according our reels.
And I'm thinking it could even be people other than the people we interviewed.
And that's not necessarily up there with Dad Bod Veteran, for instance, but it's good for us,
Yeah.
So we'll take the win. But I always thought I'm a little bit disturbed by what I'm hearing from people about the No Kings. Like, it's okay I can take Fox News pointing out the fact that there's a large number of white
haired individuals,
elderly people that are at the No Kings rallies. I can understand that, even though if you look at Fox News's demographic,
you look at Trump rallies, you see the same thing.
Right.
That's taken a lot of the viewership.
Trump rallies are wider.
I just want to say, okay, if I can have just a second.
Yeah.
Seconds up.
They've stopped caring. Okay. They don't have jobs anymore. They don't have to worry about being fired. There were people we asked if they would allow us to interview them for the podcast. The only two questions we asked, well, we asked three, but the questions were, are you being paid? Where do you have your Antifa meetings, and what's your main reason for being here? That's it. Those are the questions. They didn't want to be interviewed because they were afraid they'd get fired. Okay. Even though they were at the protest, they didn't want to risk being fired by being interviewed for a podcast that hardly anyone's going to see, but we weren't going to tell them that. So it turns out a lot more people saw it than we thought, over 2,000. So that's wow. Wow. Okay.
Well, you got Bill Maher saying,
and why the people of color aren't there? We do have people of color in our video. It was disproportionately white. I agree. Okay. And I don't know why people of color aren't out there. Yeah. I know that I think that a big part of it is, Philip kept saying, why aren't there younger people? Why aren't there people of color? And I'm like, because they're at work. Okay. These people, the younger people, the people in their 20s are working at least 2 jobs because they can't get a full-time job. Hardly any jobs exist, and it's hard to get them. Plus, us boomers and Gen Xers who have lived forever are still in those jobs.
But just think of it. There were 7 million. There were 7 million people there that did seem to lean heavily towards older Caucasian people. Yeah. Just imagine if everybody was out there. Yeah. I mean, how many millions? I mean, and rather than point fingers and say, oh, it's just angry old people or whatever like that. Maybe at some point it'll become more cohesive, even larger.
It doesn't matter if it was old people, young people, white people. It was millions and millions of people.
Yeah, 7 million.
That's the fact they're trying to brush aside.
And the other factor you guys might want to keep in mind is the fact of ICE.
Mm-hmm.
Right. To people of color.
Right.
Yeah.
They face a certain level of danger that maybe not everyone does. So you got to keep that in mind. Consequences maybe.
What they don't know is that I am ready to assault. I'm just going to say this here if you're listening. If I see ICE going at someone, I am ready to assault them. I will roll over them with my wheelchair.
But something happened.
I'll do it. I will roll over your fingers, Iceman.
Something happened on the Monday.
I bite, by the way.
The Monday following the No Kings protests that may have very well stoked an even larger response had it happened before the No Kings protests. And that was the visuals of demolition ball busting down the walls of the East Wing of the White House, which is the First Lady's office. Just a number of
movie theater underneath the bunker.
Right.
And more importantly, underneath it is the bunker.
Right. Well, and apparently Trump did not secure any permits or anything, doesn't believe he needed to have any sort of authorization to do this. He thought he was perfectly fine. I'm sure in the private sector, he probably does this all the time and absorbs the penalties or whatever. He's got enough money where he can cover any expense for any kind of violation. But he, in that sense, he's kind of, that's why I say he's kind of managing the White House like a small business, especially in the sense,
his home.
Especially in the sense where all of his employees, everybody that works under him, I shouldn't say his employees because they're really all our employees, but they all show him the type of respect that people give their CEO in these private companies, like kid gloves, bottle service, like gushing with compliments. Don't say anything out of line. So I feel like, it's symptomatic or it's symbolic of that type of mentality, which really has no place in politics. So, but what did you guys think when you saw? Did it offend you when you saw this structure being taken down like that?
Honestly, I was disgusted because a lot of history has just been demolished, basically.
Right.
And it's all for Trump to glorify himself as this Lord and King and all this. And honestly, it's bullshit because he just, again, demolished a bunch of American history when he demolished the East Wing.
Yeah.
Who the fuck wanted a ballroom?
He did.
Nobody.
Well, and now they are trying to kind of pivot and saying that they secretly wanted to reconstruct the bunker. Yeah, I don't think anybody wanted a ballroom, by the way. I've never heard anyone say they wanted a ballroom. This 100 years, if they wanted a big ballroom, I think that's bullshit. Okay?
It's absolutely bullshit.
Yeah.
Basically, what's going on.
If they said we want to update and upgrade the safety under the White House that protects the government in action, and I'm like, well,
he wants it all in gold leaf down there.
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah.
And basically, he's trying to build these monuments to glorify again.
Fucking triumphal arch. We need that now too.
Right. The symbolism.
The Mango Midas needs to go.
Well, basically, he's trying to turn the White House into Mara Lago.
Right.
I mean, let's call it for what it is.
We're trying to restrain ourselves from making the historical comparisons to who. But I mean, the triumph, the arc of triumph, it sort of it alludes to a project that
Hitler had the same project.
Yeah, updating the bunker, same project. Repeating these things. I don't think it's accidental that these things. People might say, "Oh, you're being paranoid" or whatever. I don't think it's accidental. I think that it's actually part of.
Rouhani singled, and then Scherzer got everybody else out in the top of the first.
Yeah, because Trump's trying to imitate.
Oh, thank
Hitler,
you, Aaron.
And he feels that in this modern age, he can get away with it. Arts they Trump. I mean, come on.
Right. So that's all very. The thoughts that went through my mind were, okay, it's going to be very gratifying when he's out of office and they take a wrecking ball to the ballroom. That's going to be.
I don't think they're going to do that.
I think they will.
I hope. And pray
they would have to refund all the people that paid for it, right?
Well, here's the thing:
all these companies
it's all depend on which party gets into the White House.
They might alter
Republican. If it's a Republican, they're not going to do a damn thing.
It's probably going to be a Trump puppet. If a Republican gets elected, it's going to be a Trump puppet, and Trump will be pulling the strings from behind the curtain.
Well, I really appreciate the.
If he doesn't have a 2028, electoral term, because that's what he wants. He's pretending he doesn't, but he does.
Well, consider
Obama 2028.
Yes. I'm going to
keep
put
in
that
mind
yard sign
that
out.
he's
Because
trying
if
to
it
run for
becomes
a third term.
Yeah,
Well,
He's gonna
he
try
had
to
Trump
run for
2028 hats on the desk at the Oval Office, and he tried to give one to Hakeem Jeffries.
Well, I'm taking notes now, and I've talked to several MAGA people recently that have said that's crossing the line. That if he actually tries to get that third term, that's where they would abandon him. So I don't know.
The rest of the Constitution doesn't matter. But
no, apparently
third
not.
term
But this
is
is
a
something.
problem.
This is something that they have said that it would be a line.
Stealing classified documents isn't a line.
No,
Rape
all that
isn't a
stuff's
line.
fine.
Keep in mind,
Being a
guys,
fraud,
Yeah.
cheating on
Kid
every
fucking.
single one of your relationships.
Well,
But,
keep in mind, guys, Trump
Bitcoin.
and GOP has been wiping their ass once again with the Constitution for quite a while now. So, according to them, the Constitution is nothing but a fucking piece of toilet paper.
Right. Well, Aaron brought up a point that we did not bring up. We recorded too early to talk about the AI video that Trump made of him flying over the No Kings protesters and dropping a bunch of shit all over them. And so this, as well as the talk about a third term, it's all designed to trigger people.
It was Trump wearing a crown, flying a fighter jet.
Yeah.
An F-16 to be exact.
Right. All these things, they're not funny, but they're designed to trigger people, to trigger the, what do they call it? Get the libs or something like
libs,
that.
yeah.
Own the libs.
Yeah.
Own the cards.
Yeah. Like that's some shit I've been hearing that recently. I'd never heard that before, to be quite honest. But
what?
Been hearing it for a long time.
that's a pure motivation for a lot of MAGA, I believe. Own their libs, apparently.
Yeah.
But these things.
When you look at it realistically, who's being really owned here? Because the majority of states that are being affected by Trump's actions are all red states. And those are, and it's the red states, Mississippi, Alabama, Missouri, North Carolina, that are all being affected by.
We lost you there, Will.
Yeah, you froze up. But I appreciate what Will said about taking, history, dismantling history. And I think that as sad as that is, and as much as I love history and have always, really romanticized like ancient Rome and, historical places, and White House falls right in line with that. There are more pressing issues than that even going today.
I hate that.
Even with destroying the White House like this, I feel like the really dastardly deeds that are being done are still the
White House is just a red herring.
The evil policy,
right?
That they could continue
before I phased out for whatever reason. I was saying that a lot of these red states are being affected more than blue states when it comes to SNAP, when it comes to Medicare, when it comes to Medicaid, and everything. And then you've got things going on with the redistricting, trying to turn things more into Republicans' favor. And now that's why we have a special election going on here in California to counteract it with Proposition 50.
Yep. Yes,
that November 4th?
Yep. It's Tuesday.
That'll be interesting. I really want to hear what,
Yeah.
happens with that.
We have voting on Tuesday too. Springfield Township stuff.
Oh, good.
We need to vote for what's her name?
Yeah.
Who didn't let me work for her to help and they didn't even, I asked them for a yard sign. They didn't respond.
Huh. I see
and
them
there
all over
are
the
yard
place.
signs. We could steal one from somebody else's yard.
I think the
That's
SNAP
illegal.
benefits that were set to expire on the 1st, and while Trump
It's too late now.
held a Great Gatsby style Halloween ball at the Mara Lago last night, is really one of the more sinister things that has transpired. But didn't he admitted yesterday that isn't there a stay or something on the SNAP benefits where they can go and use the
2 federal judges decided that Trump needs to fund SNAP because it was unconstitutional. Now, getting back to the ball that Trump held.
No, stay with SNAP for just a second.
Well, it's part of
the reason why it's unconstitutional to not fund SNAP is because there were already funds in case it allotted to be used in case of a federal shutdown.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Will.
Yeah. What I was going to say was the thing about the ball that really struck me as disgusting was Kristi Noem's costume.
What'd she wear?
Basically, she held a sign basically lauding ICE.
Well, yeah. She's in charge of ICE. She loves ICE.
It's her team.
Well,
yeah.
The theme of the ball. I'm sorry, Will. Go ahead.
The thing with SNAP is the fact that Trump is now, he has till Monday to decide what he's going to do, and he's already trying to get around what the judges ordered.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he does that every time. He doesn't care what the judges say. He wants them going.
Well,
he can do whatever he wants.
Here's the thing to keep in mind, people. Trump is holding the American people and mostly children hostage for political gain.
Right.
He is willing to starve our children to get what the hell he wants. And again, zero shits are being given by him and the GOP. And I think that's something that the American people need to wake up and take a look at and recognize.
Okay. And I'm just going to say here, if you're giving your charitable dollars, give your charitable dollars to the local charities that are effective for your locale. Because if you give them to like Matthew Ministries, which is a great place, and Red Cross, great charities, but they will be equally helping red states. And I'm not going to give my dollars to the red states. So I am giving to local charities that actually feed local people.
Scoreless after one. Strike them out, throw them out, double play.
Yeah. But here's the thing to keep in mind also is the fact that it's blue states that are actually funding the red states.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
especially California and New Hampshire, I think.
Right. What would happen if California, per se, were to cut off their contributions?
Right. Well, they can't.
Devastating.
Tax dollars are sent in, and they're distributed where they're needed, and therefore California's preponderance of tax dollars is going to places like Texas, Alabama, and Louisiana.
Well, no.
Here's one thing.
Preponderance of everybody's tax dollars is going to the military.
Well,
There's one thing before we stop talking about the ball. The theme of the ball was I
got more on
little
Snap,
party never killed anybody. So what's that tell you right there? How fucking disgusting is that?
Twisted.
What was that Marie Antoinette lost her life behind?
Let him eat cake.
Yeah. So the whole point is to trigger the libs, I guess.
So Representative Clay Higgins of Louisiana yesterday said that SNAP users that don't have a month's supply of food in their pantries don't deserve help, and that they should stop smoking crack.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the thing, because the ones that they're really triggering is the red states.
Yep, his state.
Especially the rural areas.
Yeah.
That's
former Bearcat head coach Tommy Tuberville said something disparaging about the SNAP benefits. I forget. In essence, it was get a job or get off the couch, get a job or something like that. It's been his line.
Yeah, it's this imagination. I've known lots of people on SNAP benefits working 2 jobs that were necessary and needed to be filled, but that do not provide enough money for people to live on and have health insurance.
Well, basically, according to Tommy Tuberville, he doesn't have any constituents that need health care in SNAP.
Yeah.
Where is
Louisiana? 18% of the state is on SNAP, and the national rate is 12%.
So who's the real welfare?
It's his own state that needs to quit smoking crack. If that's
I
think it's Tuberville and the rest of the GOP that needs to stop smoking crack.
There's a further stat. Of the Louisiana participants, 69% are in families with children, and 37% are in families with members who are older adults or are disabled. So there's some crossover because that's over 100% if you add them together.
Yeah.
Well, here's the one thing that I noticed, and I never thought I would ever applaud DeWine for this, is the fact that he's actually allotting money in the state of Ohio to continue SNAP benefits.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, so many, we mentioned the elections, and the one in New York is very big to watch that one. That's where Mamdani versus, I guess it's Cuomo, right?
Yeah.
That's a foregone conclusion that Mamdani is going to win that election.
Looks that way. Yeah.
Almost a foregone conclusion because Cuomo was defeated in primaries.
Okay, I'm just going to say it now. If Cuomo wins, I want to recount.
Well, he was disgraced before he was defeated.
An independent recount.
Exactly. He's already disgraced.
But the Republicans don't care about disgrace.
Well, the one thing about New Yorkers, they're like elephants.
He was a Democrat when he was disgraced, wasn't he?
Yep. And a lot of
what was the disgrace?
Sexual harassment.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Well, a lot of people right now.
Well, in the Republican Party, they don't give a fuck.
More toward independents and progressives, and to me, it's about time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard Mamdani's name mentioned as a potential candidate. Down the road. He's got a lot of hurdles to clear. I mean, I don't know
he's
if
a bit young now.
He'll be there at the finish line, but he's invigorating the left in ways that maybe not very many people are. Even Newsom might not be as much of a catalyst as Mamdani is right now. He's really becoming a consequential figure, and he's triggering MAGA. He's triggering MAGA. You see the posts about him, and it's all this paranoia about terrorism and unfounded concern about ties to terrorist groups,
xenophobia, and racism.
Yeah. Well, didn't we go through the same thing with Obama?
Yeah.
Just because
Trump led that movement, the birther movement.
Yep.
I just noticed we're on battery. I got to put my power cable on. I want to pause this for a second and put that power cable on.
Radio.
Okay. All right, so we're back. Excuse our technical difficulties there.
But some of the other the gerrymandering, of course. Margaret Brennan on Face the Nation had Hakeem Jeffries on the other day, and they were talking about the way Jeffries was bringing up a point about how the Republicans had already secured 5 extra seats in Texas through gerrymandering, and they were pursuing it in other areas. And Jeffries used the term "rigged the election," and this triggered Margaret. So she came back and she started talking about how isn't it hypocritical to use that terminology when it's been used against Trump and the Republicans. so loosely. In short, it seemed to be that it was CBS kind of bending the knee again and a turn and continuing a turn in favor of the regime.
Yeah, Face the Nation, CBS, right?
Yeah,
So that's Barry Weiss. She's in charge of all that now, and that's her. That's her influence.
Right.
Yep. And keep in mind also that a lot of people of color have already lost their jobs at CBS.
Yeah.
I think that's something that needs to be touched on.
Yeah.
And then you've got John Dickerson leaving CBS.
But I think the saving grace is that these traditional networks are becoming less and less consequential. You know, they're doing this. They're really censoring their reporters, and they're
now. Which network it was that told them to go themselves? Was it CBS?
Told who to go? Told who?
The regime. Them. Who else are we talking about? We're on Political Cadence. We're talking about the regime.
I mean,
somebody told them to go kill themselves. But
I want to say it was NBC.
They basically refused. It could be NBC. They basically refused to consider firing people just because they said something. It might have been NBC because I think SNL was involved. So there you are. Okay.
How realistic would it be?
He's railing on Seth Meyers right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear these press conferences anymore, and it's like these idiots that are in bed with the regime asking them softball questions like, since you've been so victorious on securing the border, what are the next steps you're going to take with ICE?
Nothing to gain out of watching that.
It's completely vapid and stupid. And why cover that shit? Why would you? I mean, when I look at
President
independent
of the United States, it used to mean something.
It used to mean something.
Yeah, but he's made it meaningless.
I know.
How about just ignoring his press conference?
Less networks cover it, or they drop out.
Yeah.
Well,
because covering it just puts you in a position to be
You're legitimizing lies and misinformation and stuff that really obfuscates the truth.
Then honestly, they're protecting their livelihood. The same way, I'm not going to blame people for refusing to have an interview.
They're cornered rats. Their ratings are going away, and their prestige is going away, and they're doing whatever they can to survive.
And the thing is, their ratings are low anyway already because the libtards are probably streaming. I know we don't hardly watch any network TV unless it's on streaming.
Well, here's the other thing to keep in mind too is how the mainstream media made their exodus out of the Pentagon after basically. So that's something else you have to keep in mind.
Talking about the Pentagon, the censorship in the Pentagon, where all the news outlets left after Hegseth.
I really applaud them for that.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'd watch a half an hour of Fox News crap just to give them a half an hour viewership for actually walking out and not signing that document.
Well, didn't Fox News walk out even?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I just said that.
Yeah.
That I would give them
watch one of the other dozens of networks that walked out instead.
Oh, I'm just saying I'd give them a half an hour. Exactly 30 minutes. As opposed to all the other networks, which I actually watch. So, when I watch the news, I do not watch Fox News.
What about what's going on in Venezuela?
Honestly, most of my news comes from Comedy Central.
Well, I watch CBS, and Charlie D'Agata was probably one of the most respected guys in the Pentagon because he is fair and balanced, as Fox likes to portray themselves. And now that he made his exodus from the Pentagon, now he's having to rely on other sources to get information from the Pentagon.
It's just
he probably just want to pet the cat.
Well, I mean, who would? Man, it's dangerous to say you trust anybody as a news resource anymore. It's like, but if I do, it comes from independent media, the people that are maybe not making a killing, but are actually doing it because they're passionate about it. And they
Well, not only that, but when you've got corporations like the BBC, the NHK, and other outside sources reporting our national news.
Yeah.
Better than our news reports itself.
Exactly.
I would watch the BBC News and the international news tonight more than local news, because local news hardly covers anything real except for Mr. Johnson murdered his own kid. It happened. I'm not going to be able to do anything about it. I'm not in charge of Mr. Johnson or his kid, and I don't want to hear about it. I really don't. I'm so tired of it, and I need to hear news that I can do something about.
Well, also keep in mind how NPR,
or you can just not watch
and
news.
PBS.
I don't watch TV news at all.
No, me neither.
Also keep in mind, guys, how NPR and PBS have been defunded to the point to where now PBS is damn near having a damn funding marathon almost every freaking night just to stay on the air.
Right.
Right. It's been defunded.
Yeah.
Well, what about Venezuela? That's another huge building story. I hear people that say, "Oh, you're so naive and stupid if you don't believe presidents have been murdering people." And I believe that's
you know what
they've ordered assassinations. Okay. They've done things that have been unethical.
Yes.
But what they're doing with these boats is cold-blooded murder, right out in the open, completely brazen, unconcerned with the consequences that they're probably committing.
There won't be any for him.
There is a difference. I'm sorry. There's a difference.
There's a difference.
There's symbolical shit from presidents.
You know what? I don't want to hear about what they did. I'm worried about what you're doing.
Yep.
And the thing is,
well, the thing
what
is,
about ism is not a valid.
There was a failed coup in Venezuela, and it was all spearheaded by a former Green Beret who is now basically there's a warrant out for his arrest. And the thing is, too, when you send the largest carrier in the American fleet to the Venezuelan coast, to me, that only says of one thing: an invasion.
Yeah, an act of war.
It's an invasion.
Right. So what is motivating the administration to start this war with Venezuela?
Because they like somebody else to be in charge. It's a regime change.
No, basically what it is Venezuelan oil.
Oh.
I agree.
Okay, I was not aware of the oil.
Yeah, because take a look at how Trump has been negotiating with all of these other countries for basically minerals and things like that. And Venezuela is one of the richest countries other than the Middle East when it comes to oil.
Yeah. But I think you're both kind of correct, though. I think that regime change is, they don't want to admit that.
But the regime change might be for the purpose of getting access to their oil.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So probably,
intertwined. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
You were saying, Aaron?
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, I thought you said something.
Well, Trump said that. Trump actually explicitly said that back in January, either before or after the inauguration. He lamented the fact that he didn't capture Venezuela. He's got all that beautiful oil that could be all ours. If I were editing this like I used to, I would clip that in there. But he explicitly said that. So if anybody's wondering, it has nothing to do with drug dealing. These boats don't even have enough fuel to go from where they're getting blown up to the United States. They're not prepared to make that journey.
How many? It's at least 8, right? Maybe 9 or 10 by now.
14. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
I just don't believe. I don't believe it. Why would they keep?
Well, the thing is, he's been striking in Atlantic.
And they got one off the Pacific here recently too, right?
I think he froze again.
Yeah. Frozen again.
Will, you're frozen again.
He must be circling.
He's back.
Well, the thing is, keep in mind that not only has Trump been making these attacks on the Pacific, but also on the Atlantic. So he's been doing oceans. And they've both been, all of these attacks have happened in international waters.
Yeah. I mean, heads should roll for that. When this nightmare is over, I mean, Pete Hegseth, the generals or whoever, the military personnel that authorize this stuff, and some have resigned over it. There have been principled,
refused to do it,
military men that have resigned over this.
But resigned rather than deal with the orders. Yeah,
that's the type of shit.
Here's the interesting point, guys, is how Pete Hegseth and now Stephen Miller have moved on to military bases.
Mm-hmm.
They're living in military bases.
Yeah. Oh, they're actually living there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
Well, they're bunkering down. People. People are like, what's going to happen? It's like they said by January they're going to have these shock troops that they'll be able to deploy quickly to protest sites, ice shock troops, basically, that will be, they'll be able to, who knows? Mm-hmm. But the speculation is, you talk about your bunker at the White House, Trump will have a place to retreat, and
the more that happens, the bigger the crowds are going to come out against them.
Yeah,
I think so too, Aaron.
And let's say Trump and Vance go down.
It's the stupidest thing they could do.
Who's third in line for the throne?
What did General Patton third in line for?
Here's the thing, guys.
Johnson.
Johnson. Okay. I always put Johnson and Miller mixed up as far as their position.
Will's talking. Sorry.
Yeah, but here's the other thing to keep in mind, guys, and this is the important part, is how the Trump administration is going into these cities with the military, with the National Guard, hoping that he incites violence so he can justify sending the military and the National Guard into these cities. Is the beginning of martial law.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Insurrection Act.
Yeah.
Book.
Well, what did Patton say? I don't know that this is the right show to quote General Patton, but he said, fixed fortifications are monuments to the stupidity of man. So, I mean, these bunkers, that's where the Fuhrer ended up too. It's like the rats going down to the cellar.
And I mean, just keep in mind, they're still following, what is it? Project 2025.
Oh yeah.
Project 2025. And again, you're talking about a guy that's taking the playbook straight out of Hitler's. And again, this is a guy that keeps a copy of Mein Kampf by his bedside.
Yeah.
And this to the point now, he's memorized it word for freaking word here.
Yeah. Well,
I'm still not convinced he's a reader.
Right. It's like, so bizarre that he has a Trump Bible. It's like even readers most readers have not read the Bible.
It's only $99 or whatever.
It's insane. I mean, there's so many things. We only meet every 2 weeks. There's so many details, so many personalities that go into wrecking American democracy. But Aaron, is there any, like, aside from what we talked about already, anything that really struck you as particularly anti-democratic over the last 2 weeks?
We've touched on a lot of it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say women's issues.
Well, we can always go to Epstein, right? What's going on with Epstein? Epstein seems to be the catalyst for the shutdown, does it not?
They still haven't sworn in
Adelita Grijalva.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's correct. It's close. Because the J is usually silent but implied.
In Illinois, the Halloween parade, they got tear gassed by ICE. And they had to cancel it.
Yeah.
Why? What? Who? Where? I know Illinois. What was the reasoning? Have they given a reason for this?
Nope.
ICE was already kind of in the area. This was already a scheduled Halloween parade.
Right.
They're getting ready for everything to go on, and then you could see on the cameras tear gas just starts kind of floating down the street.
Yeah, in which keep in mind before that event, Governor Pritzker actually went on national television asking Kristi Noem to stop ICE actions in Illinois, and she turned around and said point blank, "How dare you tell me that I'm not doing it?"
So it was punitive.
So to me, with ICE tear gassing those, how it was in response to Governor Pritzker.
China and the U.S. now basically we're back to where we were in January before any of the tariffs started. So everything was for nothing, it appears.
Yeah. Well, and was it Japan that gave him the crown or China?
Korea.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, that's disappointing. I like Korea.
What was it?
I enjoy K-pop. K-pop Demon Hunters.
I'm trying to find the debate we heard the other night. One liberal versus 20.
Oh,
I can't remember his name. Luke.
I can't remember his last name. I thought it went well. No one changed their minds.
Luke Beasley.
Yeah, Luke Beasley.
I would, it was entertaining.
Yeah, at least it was entertaining. It was well done.
Is this kind of old, or did he do a new one?
Huh?
Is this kind of old, or did he do a new one?
No, it was last week.
6 days ago.
Yeah.
Did he do another one?
He's done them before.
I don't know if it was him, but I've seen
do that.
Yeah.
But this was different. It was a specific format, and what they did was they had a clock for each subject, and he would make a statement, and then the MAGA person, or whatever you want to call them, would come up and would present their argument for his statement being false.
Basically,
it was
Charlie
good.
Kirk debate.
Yeah, it's another Charlie Kirk thing.
Yeah, but unlike that, when like with Charlie Kirk, when the person disagreed with him, he just kind of shot him down.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't.
What happened here. No, I've seen that.
His process is not the problem. It was
he would redirect to something else and attack, but he wouldn't shout them down.
Yeah,
he overtalked them.
Thank you.
Well, do we want to
watch that much of him? I guess.
I think it's been about 45 to 50 minutes.
6 to 7.
Do we want to go and close it out, or do we want to do another?
Did you just say 6, 7?
Huh?
6, 7.
6 of 6.
6, 7.
Okay.
Hey, I'm open to whatever you guys suggest.
We can probably wind it up. I don't know if we got another hour's worth to.
Okay.
Well, let's go to our
F-ups of the Elite Eight. Yeah, the fortnight.
I actually thought the F-ups of the fortnight, when originally presented, was going to be a discussion of the F-ups, and then we'd have
That's kind of what the whole episode is, though.
Right. That's true.
This is just crowning the chief of.
Well, this isn't a recap. This is subjects we didn't necessarily cover. Some of it we did.
Some of them are, yeah.
Some of it we didn't. Okay.
All right. Lisa, you want to read them off?
Yep. Trump attempting to withhold SNAP benefits versus Trump destroying the East Wing.
At this point, I got to say, is Trump withholding SNAP benefits? Because, again, it's not only affecting Americans, it's affecting American children.
Right.
And that should be the priority.
Yeah. Aaron? I think he froze.
You did.
I was fin.
No. Yeah. We noticed.
Frozen again. I'll go ahead. I'll say the SNAP benefits. I'll agree with Will on that.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like
I gotta say SNAP.
They can undo what he's doing to the White House. They could rebuild the whole fucking White House, but you can't bring dead babies back.
Right.
No.
Right.
At all.
So,
Right. And then, Aaron, we didn't get your snap?
My unfrozen?
Yeah.
Yeah, snap.
Okay. Sweep. The whole thing about the White House, he keeps talking about the previous president. Was it Harding who had construction done on the White House? Or, well, I don't remember which
I think
president.
Truman did.
Okay, I don't remember
Truman.
which. Yeah.
Truman.
But the reason why
then
that was done was because the structural integrity was problematic.
Yeah.
That it was literally falling over.
And he went through Congress.
Right.
So.
That too. Okay.
Well, what about the next one?
They also bitch about Obama putting a basketball hoop in the tennis court and adding basketball lines, but you could still play either sport.
Woo! Paint and a hoop.
Well, Trump remodeled the Lincoln bathroom too because it was Art Deco.
Yep.
Conflicted.
All marble.
Yeah.
He likes his bathrooms to have a lot of classified documents stacked to the ceiling.
Right.
He's probably stashed them behind the marble walls.
Yeah, that's where the
what's the
bodies
next
are
matchup?
hidden, under the marble. Okay.
Maybe once they tear the marble walls down, they'll find Jimmy Hoffa.
Right.
Canadian ads with Reagan's anti-tariff speech versus Kristi Noem not suspending ICE detention during Halloween.
I love the Canadian ads.
Me too.
Kristi Noem.
Yeah.
Kristi Noem.
Okay, what's your argument for Kristi Noem?
Because of the fact that she is willing to terrorize children, as we saw again in Illinois with the tear gas attack.
Right.
So that right there should tell you she doesn't give a flying damn one way or the other about American children as much as the Trump administration does.
Or puppies. She shoot a puppy in the face.
Anybody who's willing to shoot their own puppy. What exactly? I can never figure out what the puppy did.
It didn't behave. Didn't do what she told it.
It
was on a hunt. It did something incorrectly on a hunt.
Oh my God!
It basically disobeyed her commands.
Yeah.
Okay, that's and anybody who's willing to do that to a puppy is willing to hurt children. That's
exactly.
That's it.
Well, I'm going to go with those are all great points. I'm going to go with the Canadian ad because you took an icon to the Republican Party, Reagan, and verbatim played back what he said, and Trump actually called it AI or some twisted bullshit, but it was actually what the man said and believed.
Yeah. Well, Trump tries to say that everything that we show that he said, that he actually said, is just AI.
Right.
So
that's because his base believes whatever he says.
Yeah, because basically it was Reagan that was pointing out the problems with tariffs.
Yeah.
Right. It's just another lie.
I'm
no Reagan defender, but he was right in that case.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got the tariffs doing the financial stuff. We've got Kristi Noem letting ICE, hurt children. My
thing is the reason why
Trump saying it's AI would be the fuck up, not Canada doing the ads.
Well, right? I understand that.
We should rephrase it, maybe.
Yeah, well, my thing is,
I was like, oh, that's not a fuck up at all. I'm voting for the other one.
Trump saying Reagan's anti-tariff speech was AI versus Kristi Noem not suspending ICE detention.
It's still Kristi Noem.
Harming children. These kids are going to be traumatized now for the rest of their lives because they're going to be like, hey, you know what? We went out to trick or treat and we got tear gassed.
Now, did the kids actually get tear gassed, or did they?
Yes.
They canceled the event.
Okay.
So I voted for Reagan.
The kids were all sent home.
Yeah.
Will
Halloween's
and Aaron
canceled.
voted for
Noem. I got to go with Noem. I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's Noem. Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would have been a tie, and you can't just write Canadian. Okay.
All right, so third matchup.
Adelita Grijalva. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, please let me know.
Wait.
Okay. Oh, what?
Well, we just talked about children getting gassed at the Halloween.
This is different. Oh, no. We talked about ICE detentions during Halloween, not children being gassed.
All right. Never mind.
This is different.
Right.
Even though that did come up
kind of
as
the same.
part of her not suspending ICE activities.
The whole rapid fire concept of this is really...
Okay. Adelita Grijalva still not sworn in versus ICE tear gassing children's Halloween parade. You're the one
not sworn in.
No, you know. One was Kristi Noem being an asshole. The other's actually tear gassing the parade.
Yeah, we've already got a Kristi Noem vote anyway, so I'm going with
with Adelita Grijalva.
Yeah, she should have been sworn in.
Because that is having a major effect, not swearing her in.
Sorry. What do you say, Will?
I froze up again. So
and he has, by the way,
you can repeat.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Adelita Grijalva still not sworn in versus ICE tear gassing children's Halloween parade. Sorry, Aaron, didn't mean to speak over you.
That's right.
I think he froze.
They're both egregious, but I still got to go with ICE tear gassing children.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Grijalva because it's so. I mean, that's a compelling reason for the whole shutdown and the battle that's going on there, because she represents the 218th vote that would mandate a vote on the Epstein files being released. And it's almost, if it gets that far, it's going to be released.
Right.
So something is in those fucking files that they do not want to get out.
Right.
And, there's a precedent for swearing her in. Johnson swore in a couple of Republicans during I don't know if it was a shutdown or just a
he
vacation.
has previously done that.
Yeah. Okay.
In a previous shutdown. In the one back in 20 whatever.
So I'm going to go.
Well, here's the other thing to keep in mind, guys, is the fact that when these files first came out, it was Pam Bondi that went to Trump and informed him, hey, your name's in the list. You're on the list, bro.
Okay.
And it was after that they decided they weren't going to release the Epstein files.
They decided they didn't exist.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's stop that because I want to make sure we got it right.
Got 6 minutes to go.
Grijalva still not sworn in versus ICE tear gassing children. Will, you said tear gas. Okay. Aaron?
Grijalva.
Okay. And Philip and I said Grijalva too. My reasoning behind that is, like Aaron said, we've already voted a Kristi Noem and ICE situation. And that one got in there because if Kristi Noem hadn't suspended ICE activities during that time frame, then the tear gassing would not have happened. Okay.
What's the next one?
Yeah.
I think we just went over an hour.
Yeah. No, Aaron said we have 5 minutes left.
We're at 54:40.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay.
Democratic senatorial candidate Grant Plattner Totenkopf's tattoo versus Border Control Chief Gregory Bovino dressing like Heimlich Hitler. Now, was that for Halloween or just he likes to do it?
No, he took what looked like, what do they call those, glamour shots or something like that, where he's got his head shaved around the side and he's got this like fascist design top crop and he's wearing a big leather overcoat and he's like looking up at, like it looks like something Hitler. Off of damn.
Looks like he's wearing Hugo Boss. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is Grant Plattner Totenkopf's tattoo?
Plattner is
is it the swastika or something else?
It's a skull crossbones.
Swastika.
Oh. Okay.
Well,
was there a swastika in it?
Yes.
It's part of the Schutzstaffel, the tank divisions of the German army, the Totenkopf divisions, and they had a skull and crossbone. It looks like
it was named Totenkopf.
Plattner said he thought it was a pirate emblem, but the main point is this is a Nazi signal that a Democrat had, and I feel like if you're going, I'm going to go with Plattner because I feel like if you're going to attack the issue, which there's a lot of this fascist stuff coming, it consumes everybody. You don't pick and choose. he should have covered that up at least. At the very least, covered that up.
Plattner, Totenkopf
Well,
tattoo.
For me, it's Bovino because he's already going in front of a court.
Okay.
Plattner,
Yeah.
Totenkopf tattoo.
I'll go Bovino too. It's
Okay.
It's plausible deniability that he thought it was a
See the
pirate.
damn tattoo. But people keep talking. Totenkopf tattoo.
I'll pause while you do that.
Okay.
Because we're about out of time.
Totenkopf tattoo.
Yep.
All right, say it again, Elise.
Bovino.
Okay. All right, so round 2, we got the suspension of SNAP benefits versus Christy Nome.
Not suspending ICE activities and the tear gassing.
SNAP
benefits, even though both were harming children.
Okay.
SNAP.
Okay. Adelita Grijalvo not being sworn in yet versus Bovino and dressing like Himmler.
Grijalva.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, Snap versus Grijalvo.
I agree, Halva.
Snap.
Yeah, Snap. Oh, they're both awful. Snap.
Yeah, Snap.
Snap for you, Lisa?
Yeah. Starving children and old people?
Yeah.
Snap.
Okay, so that's our...
And that maybe my brother may have to move in with us, which that right there. That's why I wanted to know if the attic was livable.
The attic is a crawl space. You can't,
it is not. But nobody looked.
I don't even get up there. It's like...
It's
right.
okay.
Oh,
I think a raccoon lives up there.
Are we done? Or is Snap the last one?
Yeah, yes. Snap is the nasty deed of the
right.
the fuck up of the fortnight.
Yeah.
So